Today I am reviewing the newest edition of the Devotion family from Dolce & Gabbana, My Devotion. So if you want to know all about this fragrance and would I recommend it or not, then please keep on watching. So I don't know about the situation with this new release because it says My Devotion Eau de Parfum Intense. I suppose it is a new flanker. It has the same ambiguity about it as Good Girl from Carolina Herrera and Very Good Girl. And I think with time we will know, as with Carolina Herrera, Very Good Girl, that has then flankers of this new fragrance. But it doesn't matter. Today we are talking about the scent, the notes, longevity, sillage, comparison, everything. So let's start by the notes. And you can immediately see from the note structure that it is a totally different fragrance to the Devotion line. So Dolce & Gabbana mentioned pear blossom, peony and vanilla, and it belongs to the family of floral gourmand. While on Fragrantica they mentioned more notes like black currant and broxam, and the nose behind this fragrance is Oliver Crisp, the king of gourmands in my opinion. Now, I was never a fan of the original Devotion. I definitely prefer the intense version that was a little bit more floral, less gourmand to the original one. I have the full review. You can check it in the description down below. And I honestly was not planning on doing a review on this fragrance, but I received several samples with the purchases that I did in the last days. And when I tried it, I knew I had to do a review on this fragrance. And let me say again, this has nothing to do with the original Devotion. It has a total different structure and also different vibe, different scent profile, everything. The only common thing between the two is the overdose of vanilla, and that they belong to gourmand or very sweet fragrances. Let's start by the first impression, how the opening of this fragrance smells. It smells divine. This is what I can tell you. It's very floral. You get this very creamy, fluffy, almost marshmallow-like note of pear with a little bit of tanginess that I would say comes from black currant. You will get the vanilla, and it's very sweet, but this creamy fluffiness makes it quite of a fresh take, let's say. Especially in the opening, like the bottle is the best representation of how this fragrance smells. Very pink, plush, girly, fun, spring. Like, I am a little bit perplexed. Why did they release this fragrance now? But anyway, it's just a gorgeous opening, very beautiful, sweet and floral and feminine and to die for, let me tell you. Also, I said to myself, like, I smelled something extremely similar to that fragrance. And to be completely honest, the first thought that came to my mind was Oriana, in the sense that it has this creamy marshmallow fluffiness that is in Oriana, but instead of orange blossom, we have peony, and it has more of the fruity pear note. But then thinking about it and comparing it to Oriana, of course, it has nothing to do with that fragrance. Then it reminded me a little bit of a mix between Delina and something else. So what came to my mind was Very Good Girl blush, which has this very sweet plush pink, fluffy vanilla and floral notes, and this is the closest fragrance that I would say that I can compare with this fragrance. But they have also some differences, mainly in the type of sweetness, mainly also in the floral structure. I definitely prefer this one to Very Good Girl blush, which I owned in the past and I decluttered just because it's a scent profile that I just don't wear enough of, and I love to smell it but not wear it in a way. And the same goes with this fragrance. I absolutely love the fragrance, especially in the opening, but it's not something that I personally wear. And the best way I can describe how it smells is as if you took Very Good Girl blush and you mixed something of Miami Shake with it. If you know that fragrance from Juliette has gone, I know it is strawberry and vanilla and ice cream, if I remember correctly in the notes, but it dries down to a very, very vanillic fragrance, and the strawberry takes like a back seat. And I feel like this is the closest things that I can describe this fragrance. So the heart and the main structure of Very Good Girl blushed and then mixed a little bit with Miami Shake from Juliet Has a Gun. Specifically, I am talking about the dry down. In the dry down, this fragrance becomes extremely vanillic, and maybe this is why it reminds me a little bit of Miami Shake, because that was my experience also with that fragrance. So it becomes more vanilla more than anything, while in the opening I got more of this pear. I know they mentioned pear blossom, but I am getting very like a fruity pear in the fragrance, and the floral notes also take a back seat. It becomes more about the gourmand notes, it becomes more about the vanilla, so you still get this sweet pear fruitiness and something a little bit rosy peony about it. But the star of the show, in my opinion, in the dry down specifically, is vanilla. This is the predominant note, I would say. Now I have to mention that this type of vanilla, for me personally, I'm not a fan of. I don't like very sweet synthetic vanilla, but I know that everyone absolutely loves it, and it is here, and I know that this fragrance will be a hit for so many people. It's a mass pleasing scent, like I think it will even do better than the original Devotion. It's extremely feminine, it's very mass pleasing, girly, and I think it's also quite a compliment magnet. Like honestly, I didn't wear it as much outside, let's say, my house to see if people compliment me or not, but I know that this kind of scent profile definitely will garner you a lot of compliments. And yeah, and it's again a very popular mass pleasing scent, and it's done very well. Like comparing it even to Very Good Girl blush and other fragrances, I believe that Dolce & Gabbana really did a great job, and it's a great addition for the brand and also for the designer world. So if you love sweet vanilla gourmand floral fragrances, you love this sweet pink blush fragrances, like don't think about the smell, but I'm talking about the image, like a pink marshmallow. This is the fragrance. So I highly recommend it for those who love the scent profile, and it's definitely like a totally new fragrance. It doesn't have anything to do with the original Devotion, so you can easily have the original one, the intense one, and also this one. Now let's get to longevity and sillage, and here the claim is that it is an eau de parfum intense. So I expected a very strong fragrance, especially because the original one and also the intense one were quite good when it comes to the performance. But I have to say, it's not a bad fragrance in performance, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't live to the name of intense. So we are talking about moderate to strong longevity and sillage, which is quite okay for me. I actually really enjoy it, and I feel it's appropriate to the scent profile, because if it's too strong, it could be nauseating, it could be overpowering. And also I have to mention that I struggle a little bit with longevity with fragrances in general, and I don't overspray, but if you do, I think you will get a quite decent longevity and sillage out of this fragrance. But I really don't consider it an intense. It's a regular eau de parfum, let's say, in my experience again. And that was my thoughts and my review on the new My Devotion from Dolce & Gabbana. I will leave in the description down below all the reviews that I did on the new releases that came out in the last days, as well as the 2 episodes that I did on hyped niche fragrances, new releases specifically. So if you are interested, then please check the description. Please tell me, what do you think about this fragrance? Did you already try it? Are you a fan of the original Devotion? Which one is your favorite? And do you agree with me? Does it really smell like Very Good Girl blush mixed with Miami Shake? I'm very interested to hear your thoughts. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give me a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel if you didn't already. And if you are wondering how I created this look, I have another channel dedicated to makeup, specifically tutorials videos on my makeup looks that I do for fragrance and brands reviews. And if I already uploaded the video where I share the tutorial on this look, you will find it again in the description. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao.